He's a rogue, all right, notorious for his flamboyant lifestyle. Flashy clothes, fancy parties, fine women.
Are you his daughter? No, I'm not.
And I'll tell you what I would do, and I would be very proud to do it. I would say we would both leave this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate, because we're wasting a lot of time. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill to close up the border, because they have the right to do it. They don't need bills. They have the right to do it. The President of the United States, you'll get him out of bed, you'll wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right. You'll say, come on down to the office, let's sign a bill. If he signs a bill that the border is closed, all he has to do is say it to the Border Patrol, who are phenomenal. If they do that, the border is closed.
Mr.
Those
President,
people are killing many people, unlike J6.
But I'm going to tell you all, in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies. He will sign a national abortion ban.
It's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban.
Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor.
What she says is an absolute lie.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad. But it makes no difference. I have nothing to do.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion.
The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mothers.
Nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America.
Can I help you?
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart. Lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus. After that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then we'll give you a medication called misoprostol. Misoprostol will sort of induce contractions, will assist you in sort of pushing in the induction, and then remove all of the products of conception. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time.
Nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
It was a different term, and it was a term that related to energy. We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars if I get elected. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Let's remember Charlottesville. There were fine people on each side.
Very fine people on both sides. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away.
Let us finally pass an assault weapons ban and universal background checks and red flag laws.
And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Oh, really, Comrade Kamala? Well, what's all this?
We need an assault weapons ban. These are reasonable things to do.
We need an assault weapons ban.
Let us finally pass an assault weapons ban.
We need an assault weapons ban. I do believe that we need to do buyback. I'm prepared to take executive action and put in place a ban on the importation of assault weapons into our country.
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
I support buybacks.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
And together, when we win in November, we are finally going to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons checks and an assault weapons ban. Will finally pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
See, the mainstream media isn't going to fact check you, but we are. Nice try.
Kamala Harris, were you really just planning on lying the whole debate? Did y'all see that? Shouts out to those who watched the live with me, but huh? Yo, if you Kamala Harris fans say anything else, I swear to God, bro, I'm not even gonna entertain y'all comments no more. I'm blocking the hell out of y'all. If y'all actually watch the debate, you Kamala Harris fans, and I know y'all Kamala Harris fans because y'all don't like Trump, because there's no reason to like this woman. She could not tell the truth not one time about anything. She wasn't even, it wasn't even a debate at all. When it comes to a debate, you're supposed to be responding to what the other person's saying. She just went towards feelings and Trump being a mean person and all these little false accusations and weird stuff, bro. No plans at all. But y'all still gonna vote for her. Making memes right now as we speak.
Tonight's debate was an absolute joke. It was 3v1. I've actually never seen a presidential debate be 3v1. The two ABC moderators and Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. I didn't see the moderators fact check Kamala Harris once. She lied multiple times. They were working hard to fact check Trump. They asked her maybe one time about her changing her positions. She directly lied to our faces. She said, I'm gonna answer all these, and she talked about fracking a little bit, then she started rambling about Trump. ABC did not push her on really anything, but they were pushing Donald Trump on multiple things. In addition to pushing Donald Trump multiple things, they were tossing her up questions so she could dunk on Donald Trump. It was a completely crystal clear, utterly clear display of bias. And people are saying, oh, Kamala won the debate, Kamala won the debate. They framed the debate around something that would make her look good. Notice they didn't fact check her. They did not press her on the fact that she's been changing her issues. They didn't press her on the fact that she's been avoiding the press. That's been a major deal. They didn't ask her one time about why she's been avoiding the press. They rigged it in favor of Kamala Harris. And now they're gonna act like she won the debate because they rigged it in her favor. Trump can't control the questions that were being asked. They controlled the questions. And the way they formatted these questions and the questions they asked clearly favored Kamala Harris. And again, they were not fact-checking her. They were attempting to fact-check Trump. They cut Trump off more than they cut her off. And they didn't push her on any issues. They literally set her up to ramble about Trump. And that's all she wanted to do. 28% of voters think they need to know more about her. She really didn't give us much more about her. She was busy rambling about Trump. And that's exactly what she wanted. We had an hour-and-a-half debate tonight, and we really don't know anything new about Kamala Harris. And that is what millions of people want to know. But she's hiding it from them. Ask yourself why.
Wow, Kamala Harris. I mean, what a show, right? She was articulate, smart, concise. She was really good in this debate, right? I mean, this is the best I've ever seen her. She was really good. Almost too good. Now, I thought to myself, maybe she's wearing earpiece, but nah, who would be dumb enough to do that, right? But these are pretty interesting looking earrings. Uh-huh. Nova Auto earrings, huh? Now, for entertainment purposes only, don't those earrings look like those earrings? Now, the company Nova says this: the Auto earrings are the first and only wireless earring earphones. Now, I'm no political expert or anything, but wouldn't that be, I don't know, cheating? And just for good measure, if you guys want to check out these earrings, you can check out their Kickstarter. I even put the link on my X account, so you guys go check it out for yourself. Quick sidebar, Taylor Swift endorses Kamala right after the debate. She writes this long Instagram post, but here's the thing. This dropped right after it ended, so how did you come up with this so fast? Plan much?
So I'm finding out this morning that one of the moderators, the lady that was up there, is actually Kamala's sorority sister. So you have the sorority sister, and then you have her best friend that is one of the execs. So now we know why there was a 3-on-1 debate. So we know that it was a biased debate. No questions asked. So you're celebrating for nothing, because she never did get to her policy. She never answered any questions. They never fact checked her on anything. I want to bring something else to your attention, because a lot of people are distorted in knowing what a real leader is. See, Trump is a real leader. A real leader is not perfect by any means. For my Christians out there, you know David in the Bible wasn't perfect. You know Paul wasn't perfect. Noah wasn't perfect. Solomon wasn't perfect. Abraham wasn't perfect. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. King Cyrus. None of those leaders were perfect, but nonetheless, they were leaders. See, a leader shows up. They don't hide from the people. She's saying that she's a part of the people. Then where were you for 3.5 years? You didn't show up. You didn't show up for the families that was in Afghanistan. You didn't show up. All you did was hid behind the keyboard all weekend and talk about the real leader that showed up. You didn't show up to the border. Trump went to the border, even though he wasn't president. He showed up to the border. And for all you black people out there, she didn't even show up to the NABJ. Trump showed up to the NABJ. You know, so the only leader that's perfect was Jesus Christ. But even back then, in his day, they would have called him an imperfect leader because he didn't concede to their itching of ears and what they wanted to do. He wasn't all about optics. All he was about his father's business, standing on the truth. That's what Jesus was about. He's the only perfect leader. But you know, Satan, they manipulate you with flattery. That's what Satan does. He makes you, they polish themselves up to deceive you. See, Satan is the father of lies. Jesus is the conveyor of truth. And that's what we need during this time. It's time to rise up and speak out against the evil of the atrocities of this party. The manipulation, the gaslighting, it has to stop. And black people, y'all are sitting up here and y'all supporting this stuff. And this woman said that she wasn't doing nothing for black folks. She was locking up black men in jail left and right. And y'all still want to back her. So she's saying that it's time for a change. She is completely right. I 100% agree. It's time for a change, and it's time to get your administration, fire her administration, and move in Trump into the White House. Y'all, so it's time to put America first instead of having America last. So y'all, let's get out there. We stay prayed up. We need to pray during these rough times and just keep your head on the swivel. And I'll check in with y'all later. All right.
What? I mean, need I say more? It's your boy King Churro. Thank you for watching. Remember that you're loved, and remember to be great every day because tomorrow is never promised. Peace out, y'all.
Every day you wake up, you got a decision to make. To go right or left, up or down, right or wrong. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Nobody forces you. So make the right decision. Make moves, set the goal. Stop making excuses, man. And if it look like a duck, walk like a duck, and sound like a duck, it's a duck. Stop guessing. Just do the right thing. You heard? You hear me? I love y'all. Stay positive. Love one another.
All right.
You know why Kamala wants the mics turned on during the debate? Because she wants to cosplay as the sassy black woman. This is her strategy to win. Kamala wants the mics turned on so she can be the sassy black woman. And then when you go online, you go see everybody saying things like, oh, don't play with black women. Black women do this. Don't play with black women. Black women. Don't play with black. That's her whole strategy to win. During the debate in 2020 with Mike Pence, every headline, every tweet, everybody was talking about how she was saying, I'm speaking, Mr. Pence, I'm speaking, more than any policy stance she had.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
Be important if you said the truth.
But she don't care about appealing to y'all about her policies. She don't care about appealing to y'all on an intellectual level. She wants y'all to get on Twitter and be like, a black woman do this, a black woman do that. That's her whole plan to win. Do y'all feel dumb? Because she think y'all dumb. I'm going to be the sassy black woman, and I'm going to win a debate from the low IQ retard. I don't want to say. I'm a sassy black woman, and I'm going to win a debate from the low IQ people, which is the majority of you guys. That's what she want to do. And they also said reporters will be in the room to report on what can be heard when mics are muted. Okay, so the fake news will be in the room to report on what can be heard while mics are muted. Kamala is so desperate to be the sassy black woman. She even got reporters in the room to tell y'all when she being sassy. This is so crazy to me. I'm so ready to see what memes y'all are gonna make, how distracted y'all are gonna be from the fact that migrants are getting $150,000 down payments in homes. Migrants are getting credit cards in Chicago. Okay, migrants are getting shelter and all that, and then they're getting health care in California. But y'all gonna be on Twitter talking about, oh, Kamala she's sassy. Oh my God, she told that white man. That's her strategy to win. She wants to win you over. Well, she wants to win the low IQ people over by being the sassy black woman. Are you guys ready for that?